What's up, guys? Welcome back, and in today's video we're playing a little bit of TDM on Skyjacked, and I'm gonna just be straightforward with you guys real quick. This is my favorite DLC map of this Awakening DLC, guys. Besides from De-Eisendrake, I mean, De-Eisendrake overall is probably, I had more fun in De-Eisendrake than any of the multiplayer maps combined. But yeah, this is my favorite right here. My favorite DLC map of the Awakening DLC is Skyjacked, and back a couple videos back, I actually did predict that Splash was going to be my favorite. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Splash is the greatest looking map of the DLC, but it's not my favorite map of the DLC simply because it's a little bit too big. I am being honest. It's a little bit too big, man. I mean, it's gorgeous. The map looks amazing with all the water slides, the big octopus with the big pirate ship. I mean, that shit looks sick. I mean, that reminds me of like Pirates of the Caribbean or like some Kraken type shit. And it looks amazing, but overall, it's just a really big map, and there's so many different rooms. And same thing with Rise. And I'm gonna get into Rise. I'm gonna get into individual map in a second, but Rise, that map is a straight camp fest, man. Every time I play on Rise, I don't even think I've gotten to a TDM to where I actually went all the way to 100 on Rise. Every single time I've played on Rise so far, and I've played it every single day for the past couple days, and it's just a straight camp fest. And now a couple days into the DLC, no one's even voting for it. I mean, every single time Rise comes up, they just immediately vote for the next one. I mean, I even seen Rise going up against Combine, and they went for Combine. And that's another thing I want to get into real quick. Why are y'all voting for Combine over a DLC map? I mean, I don't get that. I mean, I know what y'all guys are probably saying, oh, go into the Awakening DLC playlist. Well, I don't want to because I don't like playing objective-based game modes. I mean, the only objective-based game modes I like are Domination or Kill Confirmed. And I just don't like playing like a Safeguard or Uplink or anything like that. I just rather play TDM, so I just go into the TDM playlist. But now, let's get into every individual map. Now, I'm going to start from my favorite map, and I'm going to go work my way down to my least favorite map. Now, I'm not going to say I hate any of the maps, because I don't hate any of the maps. I think all the maps are pretty cool. They all have their own unique twist and everything. They have their own unique feel and all that stuff. And I'm gonna just get into every individual one real quick. And the first one I'm gonna get into is my favorite, is Skyjacked. Now, Skyjacked, I knew I was gonna like this from the very get-go because, I mean, it was a remake of Hijack. But I was slightly skeptical because usually remade maps aren't... Treyarch doesn't have a good track record with remade maps. I mean, have you seen Nuketown 2065 and Nuketown 2025? Yeah, I think those two maps are garbage, man. But this map, Skyjacked, they did a pretty damn good job with it. I'll give the Treyarch team all their props on Skyjacked. And I mean, this map Skyjacked, it's hijacked. It's like hijacked, but it's just like it's like modeled out. It's basically they took that ship, gave it a whole unique makeover, and then they just put it in the sky on some big old VTOL warship. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, running across these things, knowing that I'm like thousands of feet in the air, theoretically, like in the video game I am, it's still pretty cool. And one thing I will tell y'all not to do when y'all play on this map is that you see that big old hole right there? You see that hole? If you're already inside the center of the map and you're going to try and go around and go on the edge right there where I just was, don't try it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done it and succeeded, but most of the time, about 80% of the time, I'm falling to my damn death because I run out of boost. I mean, try to avoid doing that. That's all I'm gonna say about this map. That's kind of bad. That's the only bad thing about this map. But you could avoid it. You could really easily avoid it. But let's get into the next map. My second favorite map of the Awakening DLC is going to have to be Gauntlet. Now, my reason for Gauntlet is that right as from when I heard the map, it's going to be 3 lanes. I was like, perfect. I love the 3-lane map system, and Treyarch is known for the 3-lane map system. And it's not too big, it's not too small. I think it's the right amount of spacious, I guess you can say. But the only negative thing I'm going to have to say about Gauntlet is that in the jungle area, it's really hard to see. It's kind of difficult to see where the guys are, especially when they're camping. I mean, that jungle area, it's perfect for camping because it's really hard to see guys laying prone in in the bushy area because there's a lot of bushes all over the ground. And yeah, just caution y'all guys. And look how I use this glitch perfectly, son. Oh, get the two-piece right off the glitch, man. I love it. But now let's get into my third favorite map, and my third favorite map is probably gonna have to be Splash. Now, Splash is gonna be one of my least favorite maps of this DLC simply because it's a little bit too big. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's a tad bit too big. I mean, people are calling it is like using the equivalent to Turbine from Black Ops 2. I mean, I don't think it's that big, but it is pretty damn big. But the overall layout, it is probably the best looking map of the DLC. And there's also loads of twists and turns on the map also, but I still like playing on it. I still think it's a great map in the DLC. Now, we're going to get into my least favorite map of the DLC, and it's going to have to be Rise. Now, I was expecting Rise to be in my, probably be one of my favorites, to be honest, other than Splash. But like Splash, I was wrong again. Rise is going to have to be my least favorite map of the DLC, simply because it is freaking huge, man. It is huge, and there's way too many rooms, man. I've been hearing people complain about this all over Twitter also. I mean, there is so many rooms. There's loads of camping areas. I mean, that map kind of supports camping a little bit, just because there's loads of head glitch spots. There's more head glitch spots on that map than probably on all the maps in Black Ops 3 combined, just on that map alone. Now, I will be talking about de-Eisendrake in a future video. Make sure to stick around for that. And that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. If y'all liked the video, don't forget to smack that like button and subscribe for future content. It's the Jagger. I'm signing off. See you around.